I'm really excited to have you join us on this week's episode of Art House. I'm Melinda Akinlami. On our lineup this week, we enjoyed 2 solo exhibitions, one by contemporary artists showing us the abundant wealth around us, to another solo show by this artist at the Nation's Treasure House. We'll enjoy that and more after our wordsmith for this week.
Our wordsmith for today is titled If I Were My Forefathers by Daniel Adeyemi. If I were my forefathers, born in the dark ages, centurion-dried bones, betrothed to the black race, I would have written my story, anecdote of ancient wisdom, wise words for every deeds. Indeed, I would have written my story in the cloud, where all eyes could see. I would have inscribed it in deep oceans, where all being were bred. I would have engraved it in the air, for all flesh to breathe. I would have written of love in the moonlight, tales of unbothered lovers, loving to live for love only. I would have written of peaceful past, a community of nations, living by its cultures, not molded into a contoured country. I would have written of a prestige heritage, our culture, valued at high esteem, a governing law of the land. I would have written of the past, for future reference, for centuries yet unborn, for them to know, to feel, to hear my voice. I would have written the spoken words of my forefathers.
Many thanks, Daniel Adeyemi, for penning that down. Now to our first feature. This solo exhibition took place at a gallery in Lagos and is called The Riches of the Land by this contemporary artist, Judah Jibrin.
This is the premier solo exhibition of paintings by contemporary artist Judah Jibrin at Iwalewa Gallery in Lagos. Since he stands alone, it's a chance to reveal his style of art, which is unique.
We live in a society where everybody is used to, a certain way of life. And the exhibition, I try to, as an artist, I try to, look at what the society is doing and what it's not doing. And the uniqueness of the society in terms of, our diversity, our differences, the cultures, the things that bring us together. We tend to believe that there's a particular way things are supposed to work out. There's a curriculum for the society, although that curriculum is not working. So our diversity, the culture, the uniqueness that makes us who we are is what I try to project in the exhibition, in these paintings.
Riches of Land explore the abundance culture, natural and human resource, which should be a wake-up call to foster unity in the country.
In this exhibition, I have City of Dreams. Now, in Lagos, Lagos is a location in Nigeria where it is believed, no matter who you are, irrespective of your background, your ideologies, the moment you are hardworking and you believe in yourself, you believe in what you can do and you can deliver, Lagos can make it a reality for you. Now, we have a painting of Eko. Eko is a place, is the name of a place where possibilities are limitless.
Nigeria is a vast group of people put together, and it's really enriched in minerals and resources. and talented, not just artists, talented people. So this exhibition basically is to show the riches of the land. This is what Judah Jibrin, the artist, has tried to portray through the diversity that exists and then showing the cultural heritage that Nigeria as a people possess.
Riches of our land, to me, it shows the diverse culture, the beauty, the reality, the richness in our culture, because from all ethnic groups, there's a lot of wealth in Nigeria. And Judah Jubril has been able to capture it in circles. And the circles has been able to connect to each other. The circles are lines connecting themselves, connecting the dots. He's been able to detail it, you know, in the midst of the whole issue right now in Nigeria now. He's still seeing the beauty, but there's still beauty, whether like it or not. And we need a one Nigeria, we need a one cultural value. The circles has been able to connect us, because no matter how far we go, back and front, life comes in circles. It's a small world.
This display of about 20 images were done within a period in the artist's career. Even the national lockdown inspired some of these creations.
Well, because of the pandemic, even though artists are not selling as much, they've spent more time in their studio creating pieces to depict how they feel about what's going on around them. They've had a time to reflect on their career. So some artists have kept at it over this tough period, and some are just about giving up, and we're still encouraging them as gallerists, yes.
Pandemic has always been there, right from the 10th century, the 15th century, the 20th century. People, there were already pandemics in one way or the other, in one form or the other. Now, the resilience of an artist is one thing. There will always be challenges. If it's not pandemic, it could be economic, it could be political, it can come in various forms. So for me, pandemic really, it strengthened me because it gave me more room to explore, to see life differently, to, you know, to see who and what my society is really about. Hence, the riches of the land, the oneness. You know, the pandemic exposed us to a lot of things, like getting to know people more, because people were not going out anyhow any longer. Hence, we get to understand them, we will communicate to them much more, get to understand them who they are.
His works are very, very unique. I mean, when you see him and when you see his works, you can tell that, okay, he's the one that did it. You're not like, it's really, really wonderful. I really love them. And then his works look like mosaics or collages, yes. They look really, really nice, but then it's when you come closer that you now get to see that it's actually painting. So that's something I really, really like. And his technique, you can see it's evident in each and every one of his pieces. So yes, I really love that about his artworks.
The gallery has evolved over time using technology to help creatives stay afloat.
We focus mainly online as well, and through the social media, it's helped. Even during the lockdown, collectors do reach out to us, and we try as much as possible to be out on Google with the entire world. So the internet has been a blessing during this lockdown period and all this pandemic period. People don't really like to come out so much, so a lot of us have gone virtual in showing pieces for exhibitions. Yes, we've gone online virtual exhibitions and sending out PDFs to collectors, because some of them wouldn't like to come to an open space anymore. Everybody's still being careful because the situation has not been rolled out completely.
For this artist, the message is key. There's strength in diversity, and the riches that has been divinely gifted should be used for the good of the land.
We have other young creatives like him revealing their works of art on our Facebook page. Take a look. And these are the works of art you sent this time around. Let's begin with Emmanuel Ate's Oil on Canvas, which says, "Education is light." Then another oil and canvas piece is done by Sammy Emmy. It's called A Friend Indeed. Chris Ogebo has African Queen 3, the third in the series, still done with oil on canvas. Then this charcoal on paper work, also in the series, is called My View by John Ayobamidele. Duduke is how Cosmos Victor has titled this digital art. Then Philip Kofi has this golden ball sculptural piece. Another sculptural piece is done by Fajobi Oyinlola called Sisi Eko. Then this paper quill art is called Flowers by Ogedetiga Inanna. Elisha has Cool Your Sight. It's a mixed media work. Then finally, this charcoal on alabaster paper is done by Paul Francisca, called My Name is Joy. And those are the works of art you sent in this week. We appreciate you for sending them in and encourage you to keep them coming. Thank you so much for always filling our Art House on Facebook page with lovely images. We appreciate you for that. Let's take a moment now. When Art House returns, we have another solo exhibition. Do join us again.
Time is the best judge of all art.
Broken Colors is a solo exhibition by Richard Ezege at the National Museum in Lagos.
This is the first solo exhibition of contemporary artist Richard Ezege's paintings titled Broken Colors. The artist begins by telling his audience why he decided to caption the show this way.
It's actually a unique a technique, like visually you call it cubism, but I'm trying to break away from the norm. So I call it Broken Colors. Now, I'm trying to play with patches of colors, but the general idea behind it is to pass a communication to you with patches of colors. You see red, blue, juxtaposed together. But the idea, I've been able to create an image, maybe someone playing a drum, or someone in a dark spot, or people talking. But you see passion, you see emotion, you see communication, you see passion, you see, creativity, you see style, you see culture, you understand, you see activities, but all in that same technique.
As one of the trained at the Institute of Management and Technology, Enugu, and then the Yaba College of Technology, Lagos, this artist uses his concept to capture people and places with his signature style.
For people who have followed Richard Ezege, it will be a surprise that he's showing his paintings in his first solo anyway, more than probably photography, which he's also into, or probably video production. So he's a multi-dimensional artist, and it will be very important for us to recognize the fact that one genre may influence his foray into the other. Some of his photographs, episodes, the drama that may have taken place at his studio when he was taking the shots, had inspired most of his paintings. So we see the influence of one genre or the other, and vice versa.
The art started from my photography. So I do a lot of photography with the female anatomy, and I find their figures more interesting, very easy for me to, to express myself on art. So all my arts are originated from my studio where I do my photo shoots. Then from the photo shoots, I now move from the photo shoots to my canvas, where you now see a new style on the canvas outside the photography. The photography is totally different from the painting, but you see some form of relation, but that is where I originate most of my ideas from.
When I heard about the title, Broken Colors, to be honest, I was curious. What is this genius of a guy going to bring to bear for us to see again? And he has demonstrated the fact that the reality for him and that forms the basis for his paintings are what happens around him. He's always been inspired by the models that he has worked with, the nature, the tradition that we have within us in Nigeria, like the drama stuff that you have there. You can see how he blended them very well, and there's a masterpiece in all of these.
Richard Ezege is such an interesting artist who has decided to, show these solo broken colors, not because the title is a poetic that bemoans a misfortune, but because Richard thought more about his style, which emphasizes the use of lines, almost like shards, broken pieces of maybe glass. That's what has informed that title. Of course, his works are usually colorful, hence we have broken colors. So it's very interesting. He's a cubist, largely, but you can also see him trying to marry, that style of avant-garde representation with his Yaba College of Technology experience of pedagogic realism.
Using his choice medium, acrylic, untextured canvas, or just canvas, we see works of art such as the Gele Headgear, which is a series, My Rhythm, Blue Turban, Mother's Love, and more, which reveals where his fascination lies.
It's the first technique I just discovered about a year ago, so I started running a series on it. So I have different figures, different title, style, but the same technique. I realized it's a fresh technique. It's something I discovered in the process when I was practicing. So I find it very interesting, and I decided to bring it out to the world and run a proper exhibition with this style.
About 36 of his recent body of work, which show all the grind this contemporary artist has been involved in, were displayed at the National Museum in Lagos.
We have more solo shows, but that's when you tune in next time.
Coming up on the next edition of the program. We enjoy the solo exhibitions of two artists, one at the Thought Pyramid Art Center, who is showing us dreams, disruptions, and actualities.
It's so much about my practice that is hinged on the exploration of the human experience, the complexities that surrounds the human experience.
To the Things the Madman Saw, a collection of paintings by Joseph Ogbede.
It's all about the things that actually happen on a day-to-day basis that we actually take to be normal, and that are totally not normal at all.
We see that and more the next time you tune in.
Your art house experience doesn't have to end when the show is not on television. Interact with us on our various social media platforms. See any edition of Art House on our website or YouTube page. Join our very interactive Facebook page by joining the group on Art House on Channels. We're everywhere.
That's Art House today. We encourage you to view, like, and share our videos on YouTube so more people can enjoy the beauty of the art. I'm Melinda Akinlami, encouraging you to stay safe and keep being creative.